Okay, let's take this deregistration. So it's either 1986 or 87. Land Rover 90 2.5 turbo diesel, hardtop with rear windows and rear seats for a spin. Ignition light and oil pressure light come up properly. It's not particularly cold, so I don't need any heat to start it. It starts nicely, no problems at all. I've done just over 70 miles on this now, and it's absolutely super actually. It's one of the quietest, quietest, smoothest turbo diesel motors that I've driven behind in one of these. Really rather good. Showing 156,000 miles. Doesn't appear to have led a particularly hard life, this one. It doesn't look as if it's ever been off-roaded or anything. What can we tell you about it? Yeah, 156,000 miles. It's got power steering. The steering wheel is about 25 degrees off to the right. Could really do with resetting. It's slightly irritating when they're like this. It's obviously had new rod ends on it or something at some point. But it's a really nice little one to drive. As I say, the engine is really smooth and quiet and pleasant. No issues there at all. The clutch is nice. The gearbox is really quiet and no synchro issues or launching into gear or anything like that. It just gets on with the job. Steering wise, it's not fighting to be kept in a straight line. The steering's actually quite light on this one. Power steering on it. A couple of rattles. The rear sliding windows are rattling a bit. Get out of the way. Rear sliding windows are rattling, and there is a sort of bit of a squeaky graunch, I think, from the offside rear upper spring seat. Just when you go over bumps, you can sort of hear it going a little bit. So it's squeaking slightly. No, so overall it just gets on with the job in a really sort of civilised manner for a Landy, this one. Heater blower's working. It's actually kicking out a little bit of heat as well. Isn't too bad at all. Extra gauges wise, it's got a voltmeter in it like a station wagon. It's also got an oil pressure gauge. But it's a really civilised little one. So only two things I can criticise: slight graunching, not graunching, but a slight sort of squeaking noise over bumps from the offside rear corner, which is probably the offside rear spring seat just squeaking a bit. And there's a hint of backlash in the transmission, possibly rear prop shaft UJs aren't in their first flush of youth, should we say. Otherwise, she really just bumbles along quite happily. It's incredibly quiet for a diesel one of these. Yeah, super gearbox on it. Nice steering. It's one of the easier ones to drive that we've had for a while. Speedo's working, all the gauges are doing as they should. So there's a bit of rattling from those rear windows. That's about your lot. Overall, remarkably quiet engine. You'd think it was a petrol one actually. So just a hint of backlash on taking up drive. Possibly either say rear A-frame mount is a little tired, or the prop shaft UJs in the back are one of the two. But no, overall a super little Landy. Doesn't get hot, doesn't get bothered, doesn't get flustered or anything. Just does what it should. And so I'm getting over 75 miles in it. My name's Simon. You can reach me on 0771 906 9353 or in the office on 0118 946 3352. We take debit cards and Visa and MasterCard credit cards. We do part exchanges. We also we can deliver anywhere you like, obviously at a cost. That's about it. Not a lot more to say really about it. It's it just does what it should. End.